The human brain is a complex and mysterious organ, a marvel of biological engineering that continues to baffle and intrigue scientists. It is the seat of our thoughts, emotions, and memories, the very essence of what makes us human. It controls our every move, from the simplest reflex to the most complex cognitive processes. For centuries, scientists and philosophers have pondered the nature of consciousness and what happens to it after we die, delving into questions that touch the very core of our existence. Does our consciousness simply cease to exist, vanishing into the void? Or does it persist in some form, perhaps even beyond the physical body, lingering in ways we cannot yet comprehend? Recent scientific studies have shed new light on this age-old question, offering intriguing insights that challenge our understanding. Researchers have observed a surge of brain activity at the moment of death, a phenomenon that has sparked both curiosity and controversy. This surge, often referred to as a brain tsunami, is a burst of electrical energy that spreads throughout the brain, illuminating its final moments. It occurs even in cases where the heart has stopped beating and blood flow to the brain has ceased, defying our expectations of how the brain should behave in death. This discovery has profound implications for our understanding of death, challenging the very definitions we have long held. It suggests that the brain may be more resilient than we previously thought, capable of remarkable feats even in its final moments. It also raises the tantalizing possibility that consciousness may continue for a short time after the body has died, a notion that has profound philosophical and ethical implications. The discovery of this final burst of brain activity has ignited a firestorm of debate among scientists, philosophers, and theologians alike, each offering their own interpretations and theories. Some believe it is simply a natural physiological process that occurs as the brain shuts down, a final act of a dying organ. Others see it as evidence of a soul departing the body, a glimpse into the mysteries of the afterlife that science has yet to fully unravel. Dr. Stuart Hameroff, an anesthesiologist and professor at the University of Arizona, has been exploring the nature of consciousness for decades. His work delves deep into the mysteries of the mind, seeking to understand what makes us aware and sentient. He is a leading proponent of a theory known as orchestrated objective reduction, or Orch OR. This theory, developed in collaboration with physicist Sir Roger Penrose, aims to bridge the gap between neuroscience and quantum physics. This theory suggests that consciousness is not simply a product of neural activity in the brain, but rather a fundamental property of the universe. It challenges the conventional view that our thoughts and feelings are merely the result of complex brain functions. Instead, it posits that consciousness is woven into the very fabric of reality, much like the stars and galaxies that populate the cosmos. According to Orch OR, consciousness arises from quantum mechanical processes that occur within microtubules. These processes are believed to be influenced by the fundamental laws of quantum mechanics. Microtubules are tiny, cylindrical structures found inside all living cells, including neurons. They are essential components of the cell's architecture and play a crucial role in various cellular functions. They play a role in cell division, intracellular transport, and maintaining the cell's shape. These functions are vital for the proper functioning of cells and, by extension, the entire organism. Hameroff believes that microtubules act like tiny computers, processing information and generating consciousness. This idea suggests that our awareness is the result of complex computations occurring at the quantum level within our cells. He argues that when we die, the quantum information stored in our microtubules is not destroyed, but is released into the universe. This concept implies that our consciousness could continue to exist in some form even after our physical bodies have ceased to function. Hameroff's theories are controversial, but they offer a compelling explanation for the surge of brain activity observed at death. This phenomenon has puzzled scientists for years, and Hameroff's ideas provide a potential answer to this enigma. If consciousness is indeed a fundamental property of the universe, then it opens up new possibilities for understanding the nature of reality itself. Then it is conceivable that it could persist beyond the physical body. This notion challenges our traditional views on life and death, suggesting that our essence might transcend our mortal existence. In 2014, a team of researchers at the University of Michigan Medical Center conducted a study on brain activity in critically ill patients who were removed from life support. The study, published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, found that some patients experienced a surge of brain activity after their hearts stopped beating. The researchers monitored the brain activity of 9 patients using electroencephalography, or EEG. EEG is a technique that measures electrical activity in the brain using electrodes placed on the scalp. The patients in the study were all comatose and on life support following cardiac arrest. After life support was withdrawn, 4 of the 9 patients showed a surge of brain activity. This surge, known as a delta wave burst, was similar to the brain activity seen during deep sleep. However, in these patients, the delta wave burst occurred in the absence of any blood flow to the brain. The study also found that some patients experienced a phenomenon known as gamma synchrony. Gamma synchrony is a type of brain activity that is associated with conscious thought and perception. It occurs when different parts of the brain fire in sync with each other at a frequency of 40 Hz or higher. Gamma synchrony has been observed in people who are meditating, focusing their attention, or experiencing a state of heightened awareness. The fact that it was observed in patients who were clinically dead suggests that consciousness may persist for a short time after the heart stops beating. The researchers acknowledge that their findings are preliminary and require further investigation. However, they believe that their study raises important questions about the nature of consciousness and the definition of death. Not all scientists agree with Hameroff's theories or the interpretation of the Michigan study. Many neuroscientists believe that consciousness is an emergent property of the brain. This means that consciousness arises from the complex interactions of billions of neurons. They argue that there is no need to invoke quantum mechanics or other exotic explanations for consciousness. They point to the fact that damage to certain parts of the brain can lead to specific impairments in consciousness. For example, damage to the prefrontal cortex can result in a loss of planning and decision-making abilities. These scientists believe that the surge of brain activity observed at death is simply a result of the brain's final attempts to stay alive. They argue that as the brain is deprived of oxygen and nutrients, it begins to malfunction. This can lead to a cascade of electrical activity that spreads throughout the brain. Section 6. Near-death experiences, a glimpse beyond. The debate about the nature of consciousness has profound implications for our understanding of near-death experiences, or NDEs. These experiences have fascinated scientists, philosophers, and the general public for decades. NDEs are profound, often life-altering experiences that people report having while close to death. They can occur during moments of extreme physical trauma, such as cardiac arrest or severe injury. They often involve feelings of peace and tranquility, out-of-body experiences, and a sense of detachment from the physical body. These experiences can be incredibly vivid and real to those who have them. Many people also report encounters with deceased loved ones, which can be deeply emotional and comforting. These encounters often feel more real than dreams or hallucinations. Some people believe that NDEs are evidence of an afterlife. They argue that these experiences provide a glimpse into a realm beyond our physical existence. They argue that the soul separates from the body during an NDE and travels to another realm, often described as a place of light and love. Others believe that NDEs can be explained by physiological changes in the brain. They suggest that these experiences are the result of complex brain functions during moments of crisis. For example, they point to the fact that some of the features of NDEs, such as out-of-body experiences, can be induced by stimulating certain parts of the brain. This suggests a neurological basis for these phenomena. The discovery of a surge of brain activity at death has added fuel to the debate about NDEs. This surge may be the brain's final attempt to make sense of the dying process. Some researchers believe that the surge of brain activity may be responsible for the vivid hallucinations and out-of-body experiences reported by people who have had NDEs. This theory suggests that NDEs are a natural part of the dying process. As our understanding of the brain and consciousness continues to evolve, the mystery of near-death experiences remains a fascinating and deeply personal topic for many. Whether seen as a glimpse of the afterlife or a product of the brain's final moments, NDEs continue to captivate and inspire. Section 7. The soul, a scientific perspective. The concept of a soul is often associated with religious and spiritual beliefs. However, some scientists believe that it may be possible to study the soul from a scientific perspective. They argue that the soul, if it exists, must interact with the physical world in some way. These scientists are exploring the possibility that the soul may be a form of energy or information that is not bound by the laws of physics as we currently understand them. They are using cutting-edge technologies, such as quantum mechanics and string theory, to try to understand the nature of consciousness and the possibility of a soul. While the scientific study of the soul is still in its infancy, it is an area of growing interest and research. Section 8. Comfort in the aftermath. The discovery of a surge of brain activity at death may offer comfort to grieving families. It suggests that their loved ones may not have experienced a sudden and complete cessation of consciousness. Instead, they may have experienced a brief period of heightened brain activity, perhaps even accompanied by vivid hallucinations or out-of-body experiences. Of course, it is important to note that we cannot know for certain what, if anything, a dying person experiences. However, the possibility that consciousness may persist for a short time after the body has died is a comforting thought for many people. Section 9. The quest continues. The nature of consciousness and what happens to it after we die are among the most profound and enduring mysteries of human existence. Recent scientific discoveries have shed new light on these mysteries, but they have also raised more questions than answers. The quest to understand consciousness and the possibility of a soul is likely to continue for many years to come. As our scientific tools and understanding of the universe continue to advance,